December 8 is a day where local Catholics celebrate the feast day of their patron saint, Santa Maria Carmen. On this occasion, a big procession is held in her honor, and family novenas and feast parties are celebrated between close relatives and friends. But on December 8 of 1941, World War II washed onto the shores of Guam. People will say that war changes everyone and everything. World War II changed many things for the Chamorro people. The Catholic Church on Guam also changed as a result of World War II. Monsignor Beebe, pastor of St. Anthony Church, gives his personal account.
When this happened on December 8th, we were at Mass at that time. It was just about finished. The Mass was just over when we heard, like the planes, this, wow, there's a lot of planes, something different. So everybody, right after Mass, we came out, and I looked at the planes. I don't know how many of them, and then one of them dropped a bomb, very close to where the Agania, very close to the cathedral, that area there, because the governor's palace, was right there.
Catholicism arrived on Guam when Blessed Diego de San Vitores, St. Pedro Calungsod, and other Spanish missionaries came to Guam. After Blessed Diego and St. Pedro's deaths, the mission continued through the works of the other Spanish missionaries. The Spanish missionaries were still in charge of the mission on Guam, and for the next 258 years, the Spanish missionaries will continue their mission on Guam. There are Spanish Capuchins as well on the island. Many of the Spanish priests were good to the Chamorro people and were treated very well by them. The priests also were friends with the Chamorro people, and the elderly remember them because they asked the Holy See if the Spanish missionaries can still be on Guam.
We love the Spanish because, they brought the faith.
But around November of 1934, Admiral Frank Upham, Commander-in-Chief of the Pacific Fleet, made an inspection on the island. He told the governor that he was pleased with everything on Guam, except for the fact that there were Spanish Capuchins on the island. During that time, America was a democracy, and Spain was under the dictatorship of Franco, and were allies with the Nazi Germany. He feared that the Spanish Capuchins and missionaries would influence the people to rebel against America. So a petition was made to get rid of the Spanish missionaries on Guam, and American missionaries would take their place. But a rumor was around. For the petition to be approved by the Holy Father, the people had to agree with this decision. Since the Chamorro people loved the Spanish missionaries, the government made a petition to get more rice, for they were running out. So the Chamorro people thought that the government was going to get more rice, so they signed the petition. But this petition was used to get rid of the Spanish missionaries. This disappointed the Chamorros.
There was this one businessman. His name was Cacha. It's actually St. Flores. Had a store in Agania, and so just before the war, he kind of circulated. It was influence. I don't know if he knows about it, but they circulated a petition. And says that we're running out of rice, and that we need to request some more rice. So they had people, sign for the rice. And later on, that petition really was the petition to get the Spanish priests out.
On June 11th of 1938, Father Dueñas' ordination took place. This priest would play an important role during the Japanese occupation because he will be one of the only priests left on the island at that time. After December 8th's bombing, the only two priests left on the island were Father Calvo and Father Dueñas. Father Calvo took care of the people of the north, and Father Dueñas took care of the people in the south. Early in the occupation, the Japanese soldiers thought that Father Dueñas was aiding an American sailor named George Tweed. Father Dueñas was arrested, and on the morning of July 12th, he and 3 other men were led out to a lone spot in Tai, where they were beheaded. When the American forces came and took back Guam from the Japanese, most of the island was devastated. Many of the churches were bombed or destroyed. The only churches that survived the occupation were San Jacinto in Umatec, St. Joseph in Inarajan, St. Francis in Zotnia, and Santa Cruz in Agana.
They want to Americanize. See, they want to Americanize, and that they wanted, like all the Spanish priests to be out, and that they want to bring in the Americans at that time.
On March 21st of 1945, Bishop Bolano came back to Guam, but a new and unexpected development happened to the church on Guam. Bishop Bolano resigned, and Most Reverend Bishop Baumgartner took his place. Bishop Baumgartner arrived on Guam on October 23rd. One of the biggest challenges for the bishop was building new churches and repairing the damaged ones. By 1970, all except 2 churches were dedicated. He also spearheaded the idea of a school and seminary in Tahi, Manilao, in dedication of Father Dueñas. The construction of the school was completed in 1945. He was also responsible for bringing the Sisters of Mercy, who started and opened Academy of Our Lady of Guam. Over the years, the church has endured many changes and challenges. Many priests and missionaries have come and left Guam, but they have all contributed something. The Spanish priests and missionaries brought the Catholic faith here and helped build up the first churches. The American priests and missionaries helped restore the destroyed churches from the war and helped build up new churches, and founded our present parishes. They are both vital to how our church is now. The Catholic Church has gone through many changes, but remains firmly planted on the strength of its faithful followers and the people who sacrificed their lives to help bring up our church.